Hello my darlings, my name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. Gemini, I'm going to be doing your monthly soulmate reading for you for September, and in honour of the harvest moon and Mother Nature, I'm going to be using 3 animal decks for you today. I'm going to be using Spirit Song Tarot, which is a new deck I've got, just beautiful. Very excited to be using this. I've got my animal tarot cards for doing the clarifiers for the spread, and then lastly we're going to be using the animal kin oracle for you. Gemini, if the reading resonates, I am grateful if you would comment, like, share and subscribe. If it doesn't resonate, please don't try and make it fit. It simply wasn't for you at this time, and there will be a reading out there for you exactly the right time that you need to hear it guided by spirit. Obviously the energies can be reversed too. Although this is a monthly reading for September, this reading is really for anybody, exactly at the right time for anybody when they need to hear it, whether it be today, tomorrow or in a year's time. So we're going to be looking at your head and heart space, what's in your soulmate's head and heart space. We're then going to pull some advice from spirit and, their intentions towards you, and then some advice from spirit. So let me just get myself slightly comfortable. I've got my little dog down here, so I don't want to catch their paws. So Gemini, let's see what's in your headspace at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. What's in Gemini's headspace at this time? I want it to come out. You've got the shadow, so you've got the Devil card at the time. So you're really going through a period of time. This is a sort of shadow work on yourself. This is a period of time where you are going through, you're being guided to go through a massive temperance, patience always with that, a massive change in your life. The Devil card here is represented by the jackal, and he's the master of shadows. And it's only when we go through this dark period of our life, when we go through dark periods of our life is when we're at our most transformative. It can lead to a rebirth. Once we release what no longer serves us, once we're able to let go of things that no longer serve us, once we're able to, everything happens to us for a reason, okay? The universe, God, sends everything to us for a reason, to help us let go of things, to help us be triggered by things, to then look at why this is happening for us, to understand it maybe conditioned behaviours that we're holding on to from long ago past hurts, maybe dating back to childhood or past relationships, and understand what the feeling is behind the feeling, why we react to things the way we do. It is a very difficult time to be in, but if you grasp it with both hands and flip that switch in your mind to say, this is not happening to me, this is happening for me. Why is this happening for me? It does mean you can come out the other end in a higher, lighter vibration, and it's like a rebirth card. And it's about, when you go through this dark night of the soul, this shadow work, it's about accepting all sides of yourself and others, and not only forgiving others, because people act from their own pace of pain. People, when they're in a place of pain, they tend to lash out at others. They don't intend to hurt them, it's just their reaction, their triggers, their conditioned behaviours. But it's about understanding that and trying to forgive, because that gives you peace, but it's also about forgiving yourself. We are always the hardest on ourselves, and it's about forgiving yourself as part of this. So, and thank you. With this jackal card, it's about observing as well. Try not to get too much caught up in negative energies around you. Try not to listen too much to those negative fear thoughts within yourself, but to stand back and observe, why is this happening for me? So, okay, Gemini, let's have a look to see what, and at the bottom of the deck here, it talks about self-empowerment as well, and ambition. So let's have a look. This is a self-empowering time for you. So let's have a look to see what's in your heart space. Thank you. What's in your heart space? Thank you. Wow. You have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is, cups are obviously representing love, relationships, romance. The Queen of Cups is somebody who loves deeply. And for me also, the Queen of Cups is about self-love too, okay? It's about not giving away your love so easily, and I mean that in a positive way. I mean it's about not trying to please everybody because you want them to love you. It's about growing that self-love in you, understanding that you are beautiful and unique. You're a piece of stardust of the universe. We're all connected. We're all a piece of the universe. Our soul is that connection to everything. We're all energy, and emotion is energy, emotion, emotion. And it's about understanding that you're never alone. You are connected to everybody and everything else in this extraordinary universe. And it's about trusting your soul, and your soul loves you unconditionally. Your soul is your best friend. And so in your heart space, I think you are learning through this experience, the shadow work you're going through, this self-love, and about not just jumping from one relationship to another, but about looking after yourself, loving yourself first, because if you can't love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to love you? And I mean that from a very healthy space, loving yourself with a healthy space and having healthy boundaries. You know, the seal in this Queen of Cups is the seal's heart. The seal represents that deep kind of wisdom and love, and this is what you have, you know, there within you, and you have this gift of knowing. And you know what I mean by knowing, that feeling that you get where you can't explain it. You just know it, and that is God's gift to you, that gift of knowing. It's your inner voice, and it's about thank you. While you're going through this shadow work, this period of transformation, the seal is able to sort of balance themselves, you know, buoyant. It's about balance yourself, not getting too overwhelmed with your emotions, which are represented by the water as well. And going with the ebb and flow of things. You know, the universe will, thank you, will never give you more than you can handle. So if you're going through a flow of emotions, that too will pass, and then the universe will give you an ebb, kind of recovery time. So it's all about healing for you at this time. You are also, I feel that this is all happening for you as well, because there is something, you are a natural healer. There is something, I don't know what you do for a living, or what you're guided to do, what you feel like you would like to do, but you are a natural healer, and that means you also have the ability to talk to others and share and help them learn from your own experiences. You like, with the seal, to be in a place of peace and harmony, and that's really good, because if you're going through the shadow work at this time, it's very important you're in that space. And you are, as the seal, very diplomatic and caring, intuitive, and love drives your actions. And never lose that love driving your action. If you act from a place of fear, then you're just going to attract more of that behaviour back towards you. If you act from a place of love, then you learn and grow and shift and change all the time, and people respond as such. So, you know we create our own reality from our thoughts and our actions. So always act from that place of love. But you are, you are at the moment focused, I believe, very much on healing and your self-love. Okay, so let's have a look at your soulmate. What's in their headspace right now? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for Gemini. Soulmate, there we go, flew out. Okay, you have got the Queen of Wands represented by the deer. This is for you. And you've also got the Ten of Swords represented here by the snake. So there's definitely been, I feel this is a soulmate who's in your life right now. There's definitely been an ending, an end of a cycle. This is represented here by this Ten of Swords. I feel that they have hurt you deeply, and this is why you're going through this shadow work and working on your self-love. They're very aware that they've done that as well, because this is in their headspace. They are also, sorry, my light goes out. And with this Queen of Wands here, all right, and the snake together, they are very aware. The snake is all about watching because they don't hear. They're watching you, but not in a sort of not awestruck way, but in a kind of, they're watching you transform. The snake is about transformation. It's about that rebirth, and the snake is the sort of, it's like the master of spiritual renewal, and it's like you're going through this shadow work, and you're shedding that negativity, you're shedding that old skin, and you're transforming, and from love, you know, from a lower vibration to a higher vibration, and you're casting away old ways of thinking. So, and I think they are too as well, because generally in twin relationships, soulmate relationships, whatever you would like to call it, the snake is normally, you're mirroring each other, and the snake tends to appear in a lot of the cards sort of entwined. So whatever they have triggered in you, you have also triggered in them. So they are going through this transformation as well. And the reason I say that is because these 10 of feathers, these feathers have been split in half. So it's five feathers and 5 feathers. And the 5 of swords, which is what the feathers represent, talks about, you know, who's won, who's lost. It's about removing yourself from the battle because of self-love. And so because these are split, these feathers, I think you both have done this, and you're both going through this spiritual awakening, this understanding, and this is good to see. They are seeing you as, which is really lovely, as this Queen of Wands, and I want to show you there's a lot of depth that they know that you have, they see in you. Queen of Wands represents somebody who's very passionate, very creative, very knowing, very trusting of her intuition, very focused about what she wants to do as well. And it's about those sort of spiritual connections too. And you know, the water element is about feelings and expressions as well. So, and it also represents sort of peace too. So they're seeing you as somebody who is really growing from this experience, and they're in admiration of you. And you at the moment are turned away as the Queen of Cups. You are looking at your past, but I feel with this Queen of Shells, it's with peace and compassion. You're looking back now, because you're looking back at your past at the jackal there, but it says peace and compassion. You're looking back there now with a certain sense of gratitude for what you've gone through, compassion for both yourself and the other about where you were and what's happened, which says to me that the forgiveness thing has started to happen or has happened, and you're coming to a place of you're getting to a place of peace about it, which is really lovely. Let's have a look to see what's in their heart space for you. Thank you, Spirit. Heart space for Gemini, soulmate. Thank you. So you've got you've got the High Priestess here. There is quite a bit of silence at the moment between you. Again, there's a lot of observing going on. They feel, as I said, this real connection to you. They are trusting their feelings at the moment. So they are being asked to go within, to look within. And if there are secrets there at the moment that you don't know, all will be revealed at the right time. You're in their dreams, and I think they're in your dreams too. And I would like you, do listen to your dreams, because dreams are an amazing way of our soul whispering to us when we're at that thinnest veil between our conscious and our subconscious. They are in a space of kind of solitude themselves, enjoying, they prefer to be by themselves, and they've sort of slowed down and they're reflecting on everything at the moment too. and they've had to go through contrasts with the High Priestess to understand things. You have to know what you do want from learning, also what you don't want, and that's another gift from the universe, to understand that. But they have, do you see the expression of the lynx? They have a huge amount of respect and fondness and love for you. Love never really disappears, it just gets muddled up with hurt sometimes and conditioned behaviours. But yes, they're definitely dreaming about you. I can see that. And with the moon card there as well, there are things yet unknown, but it will be revealed at the moment. But also with the moon is about being guided by the intuition, about following this life path too. Thank you. And these little kind of lizardy things here, they are kind of still going round and round and round and round in their head, thoughts, you know, catching their tail. It's like they're kind of hurting themselves with these thoughts at the moment. Thank you. And that's why in their headspace they've been in this 10 of Swords. Let's see their intentions towards you. Thank you. But you've got, you know, you've got here with these two, the shadow work and the High Priestess, there's a lot of deep healing that's going on at the moment between you both. This was their intentions towards you. Thank you, Spirit. That's wanted to come out. So you've got the Queen of Swords, the hedgehog here. The Queen, sorry, not the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. I do apologise. So this is their intentions towards you. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is a great catch. Somebody who has come through a symbolic ending or endings, has come to a place of understanding self-worth and self-love, who makes decisions from a balanced perspective, doesn't rush into any decision as well, and is at peace with things. And they, this is their intentions towards you. So they know that you're no fool, if you understand what I mean. They respect you. They know that you're grounded, you're becoming grounded, you're closely connected to sort of Mother Earth as well, and all that nurturing energy. So I don't know if you spend quite a lot of time outdoors, and you're very committed to your beliefs, very protective. They do see at the moment with the Queen of Shells facing back towards the Jackal, but there is peace there as well. They do see that there is some defensive boundaries there. I think at this moment in time, and that's represented by the hedgehog with the spikes, I think at this moment in time that they're not ready to come forward, and I don't think you're ready to speak to them, but I think you're both very aware of each other with the High Priestess, and thank you, Spirit. With the High Priestess, you're very connected, as I said, with the with the dreams. You know, intuitively, you're telepathically, you're communicating energetically to each other, and there is a great deal of during this deep healing time. There's a great deal of communication that goes on between soulmates that doesn't have to be the spoken word. It happens energetically. And it happens, you know, through dreams or just those feelings that we admit. So at this moment in time, it is not the right time for any communication. This is about healing time for you and healing time for them. And you know, when things are like that, trust in that, because God, the universe, will always protect you. Things will always happen at the right time for you, at exactly the right time for you. And if it's not happening, it's because you're being protected. So just trust in that. They know that they need time and you need time. Okay. Let's look at advice from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Advice from Spirit for Gemini. Thank you. That one definitely wanted to come out. Okay. You've got the Six of Cups. Okay. This is a really deep soulmate connection, and Spirit's just clarifying, confirming what I just said. soulmates, you may have had past lives together. Soulmates come in, a lot of the time, come into our lives to trigger us. As I said, to trigger those deep wounds, those inner child deep wounds, those things that we've gone through in our life that we carry around with us and we don't realise that we're carrying around with us. And and so I was just looking at the other card as well. And so they come into our lives to help trigger, and it's a mirroring thing. And with that understanding, it helps go through that shadow work because it's happening for you. So this is the gift that their soul gave you and your soul gave to them, this gift of letting go and releasing and evolving. All relationships are for the evolution of our soul. There is, and I can see this with this Queen of Cups here and this High Priestess and how you're both looking in these other cards. There is a great attachment, fondness, love in this soulmate connection. You know, otters have a childlike energy as well, and Spirit is saying it's about understanding, about going with the flow like otters do. You know, seeing what is meant to come in for you at the right time. There are a lot of fond memories of the past, and I pointed that out with the Queen of Cups looking back at this shadow side. There is a lot of fond memories. And what I think is happening here, thank you Spirit, is those memories of the past are regenerating emotional connections, that sort of emotional self. For both of you, they're influencing your insight to the future. You're both allowing yourselves to connect to your feelings. I think you've gone through a great deal of this transformative work, which is always difficult. You've onion peeled and gone within and looked at the core of things. And so now you are coming to a place of reconnecting to emotions that don't hurt you so much, about memories that don't hurt you. So there is an awful lot there. And you've also got here the 9 of Acorns, which is the 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands for me, and first of all I just want to show you, it's the Panther. The 9 of Wands for me is in the traditional tarot, the person has stepped forward from 8 wands and they are bandaged and they look hurt. But what that says to me is that Spirit is saying to you, well done, you've come through cycles. That's represented by those other 8 wands. And you've come and stepped forward. You've stepped forward into healing. It is emotionally, you are emotionally very tired at the moment, but you're being very brave and you've stepped forward. So many people don't. They stay in that same cycle. They go back and repeat it again, but you've broken this cycle, I really feel. And if you look at the bottom, it says here, power and perseverance. So with this determination that you've got, with this perseverance that you've got, you are empowering yourself at the moment. I mean, the Panther is beautiful and mysterious too. The Panther talks about being fueled by faith as well, putting faith over fear. You've got here the High Priestess. You know, the Panther is mysterious, that blackness. It's like the High Priestess as well. You're reclaiming your power. I know I keep saying this, but Spirit keeps telling me to say this. So you're reclaiming your power, and you have been unbelievably resilient. And they're saying well done, and keep having that faith about the direction that you're going in, and the right steps that you're going in. You know, perseverance and patience and trust, faith and belief in yourself, my darling. But well done. They're saying, you know, you've put in so much hard work, and this is a very deep soulmate connection, and I can feel it, and I can feel the sort of the pain and the love combined, and the nostalgia, and yeah, it's It's a deep, deep connection, my darling. So let's have a look at some clarifiers for you using my other deck. So Spirit, thank you for clarifying the shadow. Thank you for clarifying the shadow for Gemini. Thank you. So yeah, you've got the 5 of Spring, which is the 5 of Wands, and you've got the Chariot as well. So I want to first of all talk about the 5 of Spring. This is about clashes with other people, and so this is why you've been going through this dark night of the soul, why you've gone through this transformative time, and it's about a little bit like the 7 of Wands. It's about you deciding. Whenever I see a 5 of Wands card, I always see one person slightly stood back in the normal 5 of Wands, and it's about you deciding whether you want to be involved in negative energies or not. You have that choice. You and only you have control over yourself and your emotions and how you handle things, and how you respond to things is kind of that karmic response. So if you choose to respond to something from a love space, from a place of speaking your truth, from that Queen of Cups space, from that self-love space, but you do it from a place of love, not anger and resentment, it magically sort of just transforms things around you. So if you are involved in anything that's negative at the moment, try and take a step back and observe it and think, why is this happening? And only respond from a place of love. Love for yourself as well, that's what I mean. I mean, just from a space of understanding and observation. It says here, occasionally you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. And you've also got here the Chariot, and it says the Arabian horse. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you're receiving. The Chariot for me as well is about balancing that yin and the yang. Normally it's a black and white horse, and the white horse represents that sort of spiritual enlightenment and growth and the free spirit in you as well. It's the colour of clearness, the white horse. And the Chariot is about being, for me, about movement forward, but it's also about being guided by spirit and letting go of the reins and let go and let God and allow your soul to guide you. And this is what's happening. I think this journey that you're, this healing that you're on, it's been quite a fast, it's almost been slightly mind-blowing for you what's happened. I think you have shifted and changed and woken up quite quickly, and that can be very exhausting as well. And so Spirit is saying, you know, do take time to take care of yourself, and that's why you've got this Queen of Cups in your heart space, to look after yourself, to love yourself. But I think things are moving. I think you're getting clarity quite quickly on things. So let's look at the Queen of Cups. This is in your heart space. Thank you, Spirit. There we go. And you've got the Ace of Cups. So this is lovely. Immediately I'm getting trust. The Ace of Cups also is about trust and faith. You are holding, you know, this Queen of Cups holds her cup. This is this cup, okay? This is a new cycle for you, a new beginning. This is divinely guided, divinely protected. Because you are doing this work on yourself, whatever new cycle this is, it's coming in with a higher vibration. You're coming into it with a higher vibration. There's been a lot of emotions involved. There is the lily here representing the spiritual transformation and growth that you've come through. Lilies only grow in dark, murky waters, so you've definitely come through that. The apples all representing wisdom around you, and the butterfly as well representing that transformation. So it's about trusting this next cycle of your life. Let go, let God, trust in the universe, trust that everything's happening for you, trust that you're doing the work, you're focusing on this love, this self-love for yourself. Self-love for yourself, you're focusing on self-love. And it says here, the dove, this is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. And I feel at this time it's this latter, this you're coming to that place. I'm so sorry, my dog is snoring. Daisy, shh, 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 shh. Sorry, she's got very little dog, she's got a very loud snore. You're coming to this place of knowing that happiness comes from you, and that nobody else is responsible for your own happiness, and you can choose that. And I'm so proud of you. Well done, because it's a very difficult journey. And what's so lovely is I almost sort of see that kind of as like the 10 of Cups, that sort of you're creating your own happiness. You have gone through this journey, you have manifested this new cycle, you have done so much work, my darling. So let's have a look at your soulmate. Got the Queen of Acorns and the 10 of Feathers. Oh, that flew out. Okay. So yes, they're still... this is in their headspace for you. So we remember we talked about the 10 of Swords. There was obviously been something that's been very, very painful for you, but you've been mirroring each other, and they're watching you go through this recovery and this transformation, and that you're the Queen of Wands, this passion, this creativity and everything. So again, we've got another Queen of Autumn, a Queen of Pentacles, which was in their intentions towards you. Okay, so this is just confirmation for me that they are very much aware of who you are and how you're becoming, and grounded and gorgeously just self-love, and that you're a great catch. And the Queen of Autumn, thoughtful, caring, creative and genius. I think there may be children involved here as well. The hare does represent a great catch. The hare and the tortoise, I'm always told, you know, it's about taking the journey slowly. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey itself, and that's what the tortoise does. And it says here, you'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation and person. For me, that's also saying that they're seeing that positive, they're watching you see that in everybody else, and they're admiring that in you, and that beautiful protectiveness you have as well. The Moon, you've got here the High Priestess as well. There is still a lot of shadow work that they're having to go through at this time with the Moon, and it's about focusing, it's about facing their fears, facing their inner child, facing those wounds that need to be healed, but it is transformative for them as well. And it's about, you know, the Moon's about going with the flow, going with the, like the tides, the ebb and the flow, you know, the water is guided by the Moon. So it's about them following their path, trusting in their intuition as well. And thank you, Spirit. It's also about, you know, if you're unsure, again, about what is happening, it's about letting go and letting God and trusting in that. This is represented here by the lynx, and 1 and 8 is 9, and 9 brings in is wish fulfillment as well. And you've got here the Emperor. Okay, funny enough, represented by the little mouse here. But this is they're in that space at the moment of working on their balancing out that sort of masculine, feminine side of them. And they are in a very logical space at the moment. And thank you. They have, you know, the little mouse, it's about paying attention to detail, and it's about not being overlooked. So maybe in your relationship with them in the past, this is what's in their headspace, that maybe you felt overlooked quite a lot of the time, but actually the little mouse is an extraordinary little creature. And it's about having, mouse also represents having a lot of wisdom, and look at the, and again, just I think I'm getting family and protectiveness as well, and planning and things, and look at the little butterfly here too. So whatever they're going through in their headspace with you, that it's transforming them. They're thinking things differently now, but they are, you know, you've got 2 major arcanas here. This has been an extraordinary transformative time for them, as it has been for you. And again, there are secrets yet not told, but you will know at the right time for you, and vice versa for them. And on the bottom of the deck, I see the Empress, as we're talking about the Emperor. So, you know, this very much is a deep twin soul connection. and you have been brought together to help each other evolve and shift and change and come into a place, you know, you both have had, you I feel are much further along the journey, but these journeys are about self-love and self-worth, and you are both going through it, but at different times. I feel the moment they're very much in that space of wanting to, they don't want to say anything, but they might be hiding a little bit behind their ego and trying to sort of make things happen the way they want to happen in terms of like a leadership thing. But you just go with the flow, my darling. Go with the universal flow. Let's look at their heart space. They had the High Priestess. Thank you, Spirit. Two of Spring, Two of Wands wanted to come out here. So the Two of Wands is about making a decision, from your higher self, about making a decision from your heart space, your soul space, your intuition, and it's a decision with regards to you, this High Priestess. So remember, there is no timing in these readings. So whatever this is about, it's about them trying to decide what to do next, but they're trying to decide, as I said, from a space of feelings, not fears. They also feel that you have, you know, the normal Two of Wands, they're standing there with a globe, you know, you have been their world, and so whatever decision this is, it's a big, it means a great deal to them. And I think they're also being asked to have other people help them as well. I'm getting the word, it's like gulp, with the pelican, with the great sort of thing here. It's almost like they have a lot they want to say, but at the moment, thank you, Spirit, they're looking at the water, they're looking at their emotions. So their throat chakra is a bit blocked up, but they're looking at their emotions at the moment. They're facing their fears, and I'm really proud of them, because that also takes, you know, when you're in a divine masculine energy, it takes a great deal to do that. So let's look. This is their intentions towards you. The Queen of Crystals, the Queen of Wands. Thank you. Sorry, the Queen of Pentacles. I have too many cards here, but I'm just going to take the first one that flew up. Actually, no, I'm taking both, because that one came out as well. You've got two major arcanas here. You've got Awakening, which is in the traditional tarot, the Hangman, okay? And love seeing this here, because this is clarifying that they are going through a change of perspective. But this particular one is lovely because they're seeing things from a higher perspective. Again, they're seeing things from that heart space, their soul space. They're seeing things from listening to their feelings, not listening to their fears. And that's really lovely to see. So they are definitely going through a stage of waking up and being aware. But the Hangman is very much not doing anything in terms of movement forward. It is very much a place of deep reflection and deep thought, but having those aha moments while that is going on. And you know, when the Hangman appears in a relationship reading, it's very much about really important life-changing decisions. You've also got here the Star card. So the Star card does not appear unless there has been a real deep healing going on with the Star card, and it talks about being completely divinely guided and divinely protected. The Star card talks about letting go of emotions that no longer serve you, that have been very heavy to carry around, and it talks about, you know, your hopes and dreams coming to fruition. I mean, looking at this particular card, you see, you know, the water is all being poured away. All of that emotion that just doesn't serve is all going. And it says here, There's a butterfly here, and the stars being completely guided by Spirit. I'm getting the word Reiki, so I don't know if anybody has been having Reiki, and that will have been helping. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. So this intentions towards you, this awakening, this transformation, seeing you as, this Queen of Pentacles, knowing your worth. They are going through a huge healing process at the moment. Out of the Star card comes your hopes and dreams, whatever that might mean for you. So let's just look at advice from Spirit, which was the 6 of Shells, the 6 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Acorns. Thank you, Spirit. What do you want to say? Thank you. What do you want to say? One or two wanted to come out. There we go. So you've got here, this World card keeps appearing. So you've got the World card and you've got the 6 of Winter. So the World card was on the bottom of the deck. So the 6 of Winter, I love this. This is about, remember about you being in this space, about being determined, about power and perseverance with this 9 of Wands, that you step forward out of cycles. And you now know where you want to go. And this 6 of Shells is about this deep soulmate connection that you have, and the gifts of learning that you've been given each other, and all these beautiful memories, and going with the emotional flow. So now you've got the 6 of Winter, which is the 6 of Swords. This is about moving forward, knowing that wherever you're being guided to go on the horizon is where you're meant to go. And you've got this little rescue cat here again. So, with rescue animals, it talks about the fact that you've gone through a place that was very painful for you, and you have been removed from that place, and you have removed yourself, I feel, from that place. But rescue animals have a great deal of resilience, but they have a great deal of love as well, and trust. And it's interesting because there's this cage on this little mountain here. I think that you did feel very trapped wherever you were before, and maybe this emperor, this soulmate of yours, just didn't make you feel worthy, or that you just felt, as I said, overlooked. And it says here, the challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. So, and that's what's bringing in this Ace of Cups for you. I don't necessarily, at this stage, it couldn't be with this soulmate, but I think their gift to you has been this gift of transformation and going through this self-love. They are going through this themselves as well. But at the moment, Spirit's asking you to trust them. And what's happening here is you've got the World card as well on the bottom of the deck. This is the end of an old cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. Spirit God will always give you a break. This is a break between the end and a new beginning. It's your rebirth. It's coming into this new cycle, as I said, with a higher vibration, with having done so much work on yourself. And it's about you being able to help others as well with from your experiences too. And the Shetland sheepdog is, who is the character? Shep, was it Shep? Lassie, he always went and helped people, didn't he, on his journey home. And our journey home is really to ourselves. And so that's what I'm being told there. You're very good at helping people as you've gone on this journey, and Spirit's saying, well done. This card says, congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. So that's just lovely. Let me just pull you some oracle cards. I don't know if this reading was for you just to have a little check-in with your soulmate. They're not ignoring what's happened. They're going within, and they're very. They may not be saying it, but they're very admiring of where you are, what you've gone through, and where you are now. and that you have absolutely empowered yourself and you have evolved out of this. So you've got here authenticity with the parrotfish. So you, thank you, Spirit, you have, I think you lost yourself in that relationship, and now you're finding yourself. I know that sounds whatever, but you're finding your authentic self. You're listening to yourself like the parrot, you know, you're listening to yourself now. You're finding your authentic self, and it's bringing in abundance for you. You've got a little pig here as well, so it's bringing in abundance for you. I've been asked to do one more for you, and that's the Queen of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, 2 cards for you. You've got the Water Dragon about balance. So you're coming into that balance of that masculine, feminine energy. That's all about your self-love and self-worth. And the Water Dragon for me also, you know, it's about the balancing out of emotions again, about the dragon can kind of go through his emotions through the water, but he's also, the Water Dragon is also a land and a water animal, so it's about having that balance between sort of grounding and emotions. And also you've got strength here with the eagle, so this is about you trusting. The eagle flies the highest. It's about as above, down below. What you're manifesting is already happened. It just hasn't appeared in your reality yet, and it's about trusting in that strength of your knowing and the strength of your feelings as well. And I've just been told something else. I don't know if it's with regards to an eagle, but there is a smaller bird that normally lands on an eagle, but this is what Spirit's asking me to say, and it normally attacks the eagle's the back of their head as they're flying. The eagle doesn't get involved in trying to attack back. It's actually very beautiful. What the eagle does, and I'm sure this is the eagle, just flies higher and higher and higher and higher until the other bird loses doesn't have the oxygen capacity and falls away and disappears. So what the eagle has done is just raised, this metaphor, just raising your vibration higher and higher and higher and higher, and any negative energies that are around you won't affect you so much anymore and will just fall away, and you will just be there. So it's about that's your strength. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, my darling, so I hope that resonated with whoever it was meant to resonate with, Gemini, and I hope you have the rest of a lovely weekend. I'll be doing your weekly readings from next weekend, and obviously October readings in towards the end of September. But have a really good, I hope it's sunshiny, I hope it's sunny wherever you are, and apologise again for my dog snoring, bless her, and yes, have a rest of a lovely day. Take care, my darlings. Bye bye.